Hey guys, just another quick video. We're back out at our usual RV place in Arizona that we just pulled it out of storage and getting ready to in Arizona, getting ready to head to another spot in Arizona here near Phoenix for Thanksgiving. This is probably our second year we've actually done some Thanksgiving. We'll be camping. We'll actually be at a regular house for Thanksgiving, but still be going back and forth to the RV, which is nice to be able to do that. Everything seems to be working good. Now, I should say, have another issue. I think we finally narrowed down to there's been a water leak. I don't know if I have told you guys this one yet. You know, kind of with everything else going on. It hasn't been horrible, but the recall was bugging us. Finally got that done. But about the same time, we started noticing a leak coming out of the freshwater cog, if you will. And it underneath. So did some research. I know other people with Grand Designs. I think some of the YouTubers, they have the momentum line that had this similar leak with the black water valve that essentially for the clean out. There's no dirty water, no black water leaking anywhere, but when you run this black water valve that does the clean out, which I believe on the reflection model, please leave a comment, I could be wrong, I've done some research, it looks like it's behind the shower to get to it. So, you know, I'm thinking this will probably be under warranty. I'm gonna wait till we get back with get my RC person again to try and do hopefully a warranty repair on this. We do have an extended warranty, so the manufacturer 1 year warranties, it's not long gone, but it's gone. So this will be an extended warranty. Thank goodness we got it. I tell you what, when you go to buy a new RV or whatever at a dealer, we've gotten, well, the first one we got through a used purchase, and the owner already had it. The next one, and we used that one plenty of times, got the money essentially out of it, and then we got another 3 year on the new one, and it's already paid for itself. So, you know, normally in cars, things like that, it's depending on what kind of car you have, it's hit and miss. A lot of times the manufacturer or whoever's selling the warranty wins. I think on RVs, it's a different story. There's some things that can add up very, very quickly. You know, $500 is nothing on an RV to zip through it. You know, most things are, you know, probably $1,000 plus. Anyhow, so that is an issue. I'll keep you guys posted on it. Everything else is doing good. A little quick update on the Starlink. We're fairly remote at this location. It is an RV park, but the Wi-Fi, like most RV parks, is horrible. So we went ahead and set up the Starlink. I did not put it back up on the roof like last time. I just went ahead and just set it like right out in our camp area, and it did fine. No issues. It took maybe, it's just a wonderful thing. You get it north, as long as there's no obstructions. I mean, within a couple minutes, too, it's on the satellites receiving data. Interesting about it, though, it takes time to get more data throughput. I've noticed that. I don't think I've heard anybody else talk about that, but as it finds more satellites, essentially, it starts pulling them in. And it did a couple speed tests as it was doing this, and then another one this morning, and it pulled in more and more data as far as speed type things. So anyhow, I'll keep you guys posted. I'll post some pictures here of the trip and let you know how it goes on this repair. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, I haven't done one of these in a little bit. I've been pretty busy. Finally got done putting this fifth wheel back into storage. That was a pretty big run around this time. As you well know, I only do these videos when I have something to talk about. I don't really do them on a regular basis. So if you're a new subscriber, just please hang in there with that. I really do it more for, uh, to help somebody out, something I can reference back to, honestly. If I put something in here, about the fifth wheel, maybe maintenance, kind of like this one will be. Actually, now that, again, for new subscribers, the fifth wheel is some distance from where I live, where we live. It's basically about a 3-hour drive to my storage spot, and it's a little bit challenging, although we do store it near the area we mostly camp in the vicinity anyway, so that part helps. But when I have maintenance that I need done, the maintenance people that I use are near where I live. So this last one, we actually, guys, we had the water heater. This was really strange, and if I remember, I'll try and put a picture here, but the gas portion, it absolutely would not fire up at all, and so it became a real issue. It was essentially, just, it would click, and I'd throw the switch inside, it would click. I checked the propane, everything, it wouldn't fire up. I went so far, I did a ton of research, YouTube, whatnot, forums I could find. I'll put some links down below. Some has a similar problem, but I actually pulled it's the igniter out and cleaned it, thinking maybe that was it. And it's not that old. I mean, this fifth wheel is maybe just slightly over a year old. So it needs maintenance and whatnot and things. So yeah, the igniter piece that looked a little, dark, like, it's fired up several times, cleaned it off, still nothing, guys. And it started looking like the motherboard. There's little, like, we used to call them daughter boards in the computer industry. So long story short, got a hold of my maintenance guy. He's a mobile guy, RC. You guys have seen it in other videos. I can put a screenshot of him up here if you're in SoCal. He's great, man. I tell you what, this guy is top notch. He's getting super busy. Almost don't want to give him any more kudos, because you're gonna get so busy that kind of he'll won't be able to utilize him anymore, type thing. But anyway, so he's really great. He came out, he switched out the motherboard. Weird thing, now I don't know if it was this RV park we were in, which the water pressure was a little weird. I know my neighbor had good water pressure at the spot we were in. We didn't, absolutely didn't. And I was thinking maybe the water tank wasn't filling and the computer was reading that, so it wouldn't click on. Don't really know. Anyhow, long story short, RC came out and it fired right up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's one of those things, again, in the computer industry, a lot of times I'd show up to help someone with their computer, and they, all of a sudden, everything works just fine. So anyhow, it worked. But anyways, he went ahead and replaced the motherboard, the daughter board, whatever you want to call it, and because it really is intermittent. It's an intermittent problem. And then a separate problem was the electric portion of the water heater never worked. It absolutely never worked from day one. Matter of fact, I had asked them, I said, hey, how long does it take this, on one of the previous trips, how long does it take it to actually come on, to be able to use the electric side? I thought it was, I don't know what, how long. He said it's fairly, it's not like the gas, but it's fairly quick. So he chased that one down, fixed that at the same time. So the water heater is good to go now. Took it back to storage. So that was a little hassle going back and forth, doing that part. But still, it's covered storage. I'll try to remember to put a picture here. It's more affordable. So I feel it's worth it. you know, even though it is a hassle, it's a long ways away. We have to be a little more organized as far as what we, you know, take out there and what I make sure and bring back. Like mainly the battery, guys. If you're new to RVing, keep a close eye on your battery. It can really come back and haunt you as far as, you know, back in the day, before all the auto leveling systems, it was just the slide you had to worry about with the battery. If your battery wasn't working, oh, you had issues. Like I remember one time on our old RV or our old travel trailer, I think it was a Fleetwood Wilderness. If anyone had one of those, they were actually pretty good. We really loved that travel trailer. And anyways, I remember, I forget where we were. We tried to pop out the slide, nothing. Dead battery. Had to run to Walmart, switch it out, and everything was fine. So lessons learned. You know, I've had boats in the past, whatnot. So I ended up getting a battery minder, I think it's called, and everything's been fine since. I just leave it on there, you know, right or wrong. I know there's a lot of different battery advice out there, but when I bring it home, it's going back on the battery minder. It stays on there until we go back out to the RV, pull the battery, and take it out there with me. So, been fine ever since. I'm actually now carrying an AGM backup battery, which I need to figure out how to kind of maintain it. I don't think you really have to. Someone probably comment down below on the AGM. I think you're pretty much good to go without putting it on a battery minder. It's actually an old battery that came out of one of our cars that it was kind of marginal actually as far as being bad. I had a auto shop run a test on it, and they caught it down maybe mid-range between full and medium as far as on the battery, good battery indicator, whatever that's called. So I went ahead and pulled it from one of our cars, and I'm using it for a backup battery in the for the fifth wheel. I don't know if that's actually a great idea. It's a fair amount of weight, that I'm kind of lugging around. But I'm also kind of doing some experimental stuff with our solar. I'm kind of doing like a setup in the truck where last time we were camping, the last couple of days, I set up the solar panel, and I was doing some charging of different devices, and I think I did hook up the AGM, so I might actually get a utility box and set up some type of solar setup, just out of the truck, just to be able to run things like the fridge and things like that, just to have some solar capability to, maybe quickly go to if we do some, or forced to do some boondocking, that type of thing. So I'll probably keep it around for that, but again, it's a lot of weight to lug around just for a spare battery, so I'm not sure it's really worth it. But put a comment below, maybe, what's your thoughts? How do you handle your battery setups? I'm sure, everyone has their own way of doing things. You probably heard him back there this morning. Where are you, buddy? Oh, let me turn you right. There he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, Ollie. Say hi to everybody. So, guys, yeah, other than that, the camping trips were great. Everything is pretty much running well. Still waiting on that fuel pump deal, the CP, whatever, the CP3, CP4 deal on the Rams. I actually got two dealers that are supposed to call me when one comes in, and I just can't believe I need to call down there and really probably give them, kind of light them up a little. Like, what the heck, man? I mean, I can't believe that there's no recall parts on this. Hi, guys. Thing. Yeah, to kind of finish up this video, I had a couple days in between here. Had a few things to do. Busy time of the year. But yeah, I mean, other than the battery situation and, with the new AGM, it's not really a situation, but the water heater situation, which is fine now. And we got the recall done. That was last video. Everything's going pretty good with the fifth wheel. Now to the rammer. Like I say, still waiting on the the fuel pump, the CP4, whatever it is. It's unbelievable how long this thing's taken. I mean, leave a comment below. Have you guys been getting the recall on that one? And now I just got another one in the mail for the, again, for the 2019 HD Ram 2500 diesel. There's a tailgate recall on it. So I don't know what's up with that. I'll definitely need to get it in, which I'm going to try and do soon, and check on the other recall right against the holidays here. So I'm not sure how quickly I'll be able to do that, and don't know really the details of that recall. I'll place it on the screen here if I remember to do so. Imagine something to do with possibly the tailgate having an issue, maybe locking, or God forbid anything worse than that. I know tailgate's a bit tricky. It's not like your traditional old tailgates where you can just, doesn't matter if the doors are locked or not. The old tailgates, you could still open them. This new one's tied into the lock. So if the doors are locked, the tailgate's locked, which is probably a good thing. It's probably a good safety mechanism. You know, not that anybody should ever be back there riding or anything like that, but maybe you have some stuff back there that you want it locked. And maybe you have a different scenario than anybody would with the fifth wheel. Maybe you have a Tonto cover or bed cover that's lockable, and that makes sense that the tailgate would lock too. A scenario like that. But other than that, I've been getting pretty good gas mileage just around town. Or I'm sorry, on the highway with it. Went to about 50 miles highway recently each way and got about 16. Pretty happy with that. I know I've had it as high as 19 with the old tires, 20 at times. Haven't seen that with the new tires. Close, so it's you know, enough to where I'm not too disappointed in the new tires. You know, if I can get 16, 17 on a truck like that, I'm happy with it, even with the fuel prices. Do we drive it as much as we want? Probably not because of that, but don't hesitate to take it somewhere that, you know, we need a full-size vehicle. Obviously, especially when towing, it's perfect. It's great for that. So other than that, you know, holidays are approaching rapidly. Everybody, you know, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Be safe out there, especially if you're RVing. I heard Quartzsite's got some stuff happening. It's something about, I saw an RV channel talking about there was a RV fire, which, you know, hey, who can control that? But then I saw one recently about a break-in or something, and I don't know the details, but you know, no matter where you're at, you got to be careful. Really want to look on getting a camera system for it, both in storage and when we're out RVing. I'm thinking maybe the Ring, but I'd have to tie that somehow into solar, you know, an always-on solar, which it's undercover. That might be difficult for one thing. So what's your thoughts on that, guys? Maybe you guys are doing something else with your security system on your RV. Leave a comment below. We can talk about it. Hey, we're all here to learn from each other. You know, you never know. If somebody has an idea or a thought that might help you, and same token, maybe you have one that can help somebody else. So other than that, everything's going good, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Do appreciate every single one of you. Actually went over 100 subscribers, so that's great. You know, just really just enjoy making these videos and enjoy the you know, just the RV lifestyle in general. There's some great people that really make it fulfilling. You know, I've got out there and met some people camping that are just love to conversate, and I learn a lot from them every time. It's just, again, nice getting out there. If you guys haven't camped in a while, I highly recommend to do so. I think our next trip probably will be in February. we usually take, holidays off and then kind of regroup. And so I'm thinking probably tail end of February, we'll do at least a week out there, and see some sights, probably in the Arizona areas where we usually camp before it gets too god awful hot out there to do it. And we definitely take the spring or the summer off. Try and take care of any medical we may have, stuff around the house, and stuff with the RV. We've done pretty good with that lately. Most of the recalls for now are done. All the recalls are on the RV. So now it's time to put the attention back on the rammer and get it back up to snuff. Has anybody done the tailgate recall? Does anybody know, about it? How long? I'm sure it's usually a quick fix, wherever you take it in. Maybe, this is the same way with it. But again, thank you all so much. And again, happy holidays. And obviously won't do these one of these till after. Only do them when I have something to say. And that part's slowing down a little bit because we won't be camping quite as much until February. But if I have anything come up, like with the tailgate, if I've learned about it, and especially that fuel pump, I'll go ahead and just try and make a special video just for it, just because everybody's waiting on it, and I haven't heard anything. So, again, thank you for subscribing, and talk to you next time.